Welcome to Three the Hard Way Sports Podcast. From three guys who talked sports together over lunch for over 10 years.
Had done it. The power plant had won it, with Roger Clemens clucking all the while. Mike Scioscia's tragic illness made us smile, while Wade Boggs lay unconscious on the barroom tile. We're talking softball, from Maine to San Diego, talking softball. Mattingly and Canseco.
Welcome, everybody, and welcome to episode 51 of Three the Hard Way Sports. I'm Bryan Galloway here with, from Rumson, New Jersey, we have Alex Shanley. How are you, Alex?
I'm great, Brian. It's been a lot of soccer for me lately. U.S. men's national team played Brazil to a 1-1 tie the other night, which was great, and the Euros start tomorrow. I know we don't talk about a lot of soccer, but there's a lot going on right now in soccer.
And Wrexham's doing pretty good, too, if you follow that.
Yeah, promoted again. 3 years in a row, right?
I know. They're doing great. And from parts unknown, we have Michael Pipersek. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. So excited. The Celtics on the precipice of their 18th championship, which would put them 1.5 titles ahead of the Lakers, because when the Lakers
the Disney title,
that's worth half a title.
The bubble title, yeah.
Well, you Laker fans, you get half a banner for that and half a title. So it's not 17-17, it's Celtics 17. Lakers.
Oh wait, the Lakers have the mid-season tournament too.
Yeah, what's that worth? Like a tenth of them? They have a banner for that. Like,
that could be another half. That could be another half.
How do they hang a banner for that? The Lakers. That's like the Pacers should hang that banner, not the Lakers.
I don't know. Hey, so, I know we have a lot of things to talk about today, but just straight off the bat, who are you guys rooting for in the UFL championship right now?
Who's in it?
Birmingham and San Antonio.
And Birmingham's like not playing their quarterback or something, who won the MVP for the year.
What?
Yeah, I think their starting quarterback won the MVP, and then I saw he didn't play in the last game. The other quarterback came in and won it. So I don't know if he's playing or I don't know. I don't know. I could care less.
In that week.
Yeah. Okay.
Matt Corral, I think, was the backup quarterback for
who?
Matt Corral.
Yeah, I'm going to root for San Antonio because they're going to be the underdogs. But
what's their nickname, Brian?
The Brahmas.
What is a Brahma?
It's a bull. It's a bull, right?
Yeah, that's the made-up Rock name thing.
Oh,
The Rock chose that one.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go Birmingham Stallions just because they're original USFL team.
Oh, and so Mike is going to go for the tie.
I am going to go for the tie. This is the only league where the championship can end in a tie.
Well, you know what? I have to tell you, I did watch the San Antonio St. Louis game the other day. It was actually enjoyable. There was nothing else on. I turned it on. It was actually not bad. I just don't know the players, and it's hard to watch a sport when you don't know the players. And the other thing I did want to ask you guys really is, do either of you know, and maybe you know, have you guys seen Aaron Rodgers anywhere? No one seems to be able to know where he's he's missing camp for some unspecified reason. I don't know where he is, but do you guys have any idea where he is?
He is planning for a vice presidential run. It must be that.
I think he's spamming the votes for Elon so he gets his money.
I don't know where he is. I just don't understand this. It's just the Jets. Always the Jets.
It's a nothing. Brian, it's nothing. I mean, I think he told him way ahead of time. And I think, if the Jets had just come out and said 2 weeks ago, hey, he's not going to be in camp, he's got a, thing. To me, it's a nothing thing. If it happens again, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan because I think he screwed over Green Bay royally to get to the Jets, but, I don't think it's going to hurt them this season. Hassan Reddick, that's a different story.
Well, Hassan Reddick is another one. Yeah. Well, and again, they traded for this guy knowing that there's a problem. They didn't do anything about it.
Well, I just don't think they're going to give him the money. I think they just want him for 1 year. I think they traded him for a 1 year deal, and I think they're just going to try to bring him in and say, sorry, you're going to play on this contract.
What if he doesn't play well?
What do you mean
if he doesn't try? What if he doesn't try?
Well, he has to because he's playing for a contract next year. So his contract's up. So I think he's playing for a contract the next year.
Well, I don't know.
I think he's got a 1 year contract with the Jets.
Typical Jets. Typical Jets. Anyway, okay. And yeah, so Mike's happy about the Celtics.
Ecstatic.
I think we could talk about that when they eventually win. We'll talk about that, and we'll wrap up the NBA and the Stanley Cup. But right now, at this point, we are here to talk about a couple things today. But let's first start out with one of the sad news that happened in the sports. The passing of the great Jerry West. I'll start off. I think he was a little bit before my time. I probably saw him a couple times, but he was fading at that point. But I had his basketball cards and I read about him and I got to see a lot of. I heard things about it, but he was just a phenomenal basketball player. He was, at his time, at his best, he was the only person to ever win the MVP of the NBA Finals from the losing team because he was just that good. He was just amazing. And he was on some great teams. He was on the 33 win Laker team, the team that won 33 games in a row. He won one championship. He made it to a lot of NBA Finals, but he was 0-6 against the Celtics.
That's amazing.
Which is amazing. Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah. But that again, the Celtics were a machine then. I mean, they were. No one ever talks about how great those teams were, and I don't think they get enough justice when they talk about the teams, but. Those Celtic teams, if you look at the players, everybody was a Hall of Famer. I think they had like 6 or 7 Hall of Famers on those teams. Mm-hmm. But those Laker teams were great too. They had West and Wilt and Happy Harrison and Elgin Baylor and Gail Goodrich. I mean, those teams were good, but the Celtics were just better. And it's great. That must have been fun to watch. But it was before our time. Anyway, he also went through. Then he became an executive, and he did a great job as an executive. I tell you, as a Warrior fan, I think he was the guy that triggered the Warriors to turn them around. I really do. So I think Jerry West was a big part of the Warriors dynasty, and he also moved on from there. Where'd he go? Sacramento after that?
Memphis. He was in Memphis.
Memphis. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there.
Yeah, he just was a smart man. He knew his stuff, well liked. Pretty much everybody you talk to loved the man. He was a great man, and I'm sad. I do have one of his basketball cards, or maybe two of his basketball cards, but that's about it. Terrific guy. Sad to see him go. I don't know why. Did we find out why he passed yet?
Because the Celtics were going to win another championship.
Is that the reason why? Yeah, he couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it.
Joke of the night.
But sad news for the NBA. He's the logo. For the longest time, no one said, "Oh no, it's not him." But there's pictures of him that actually match up exactly with the silhouette.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was the logo. He was the epitome of, at the time, the most complete ball player. Offense, defense. Amazing, West Virginia. I think he still holds records in basketball for West Virginia, and he also holds a lot of NBA final records because, again, he used to put up monster points in the finals. But even though he lost, he lost 0-6, and I think with the Knicks, he was one for 3 against the Knicks too, and he had 1 win, 2 losses against the Knicks. Mm-hmm. But he played in a lot of NBA finals. He just didn't win. Terrific man, great, top 50 of all time. What are your thoughts, Mike, Alex?
Yeah, same. Absolute legend. After following Bill Walton's passing on Memorial Day, then to see Jerry West, another legend. I mean, obviously a Laker, but game respects game, and he was a phenomenal player. Same as you, Bryan, before my time. So it's really just the highlights. I know he was a legend at West Virginia and a scoring machine in the NBA. There was one year, I don't remember what year it was, the finals, where he hit like a 60-footer to send a finals game to overtime.
Yep. That was before the 3-point too, so it would have been a 3-pointer and they would have won. Yeah.
Amazing, right? And what more can you say about the guy when he is the logo of the league? Like, that is amazing. And I was watching the Celtics game last night, and I mentioned it to my younger son, like, oh, Jerry West died. And I'm like trying to tell him a little bit of a story about Jerry West. And my son says, oh, that's the guy that's the logo in the NBA. Because I guess he saw an article about it. as we were talking, someone went up for a dunk, and they had the view from behind the basket. You could see the NBA logo on the backboard. But yeah, I mean, as an executive, he won. He created those Showtime Lakers, so he built that team, which was terrifying for me as a Celtics fan in the '80s. But overall, 6 championships with the Lakers, and then like you said, Bryan, he went to the Warriors. He won 2 more there, and then built the culture, I think, in Memphis that they still have today. That what is it? The grindhouse they call it, is the arena, and I guess like a grinding style. I think he put that in place, which is unique because it's the antithesis of what he built in LA, which was the Showtime Lakers. And I think he was viewed as a confidant by many players, right? I'm sure he mentored Shaq along the way, and Kobe.
And
And
Jordan loved him.
yeah, of course. And LeBron reached out to Jerry West after losing in the 2011 NBA Finals because he knew that as a student of the game that Jerry West had dealt with this many times. How do you get over losing in the finals? So yeah, it's the loss of another legend, and being that all of these guys are getting older, and we're getting older as well. I'm kind of dreading the next wave of these guys because you
Yeah,
got to
there's going to be guys that we grew up with, and that's going to be tough. I know.
yeah, but yeah.
Well, another thing too about him is, and very similar to Pete Maravich, was that um, they made all their points without 3 pointers. So if you
Mhm.
think about how many they were both guys who took shots from far away. So I can just imagine how many more points he would have had if he had 3 pointers.
Yeah, I think he's the all-time leading scorer in NBA Finals history still,
Yes.
having been there 9 times. And like you said, those numbers would be infinitely higher if there was a three-point line for many of those finals that he played in.
Yeah, I don't have that much on him. I mean, obviously, just the days, of him being general managers and reorganizing teams, and just what you hear about what he did for every organization that he was with. That's really my only input to, um, to be able to comment on him. But basketball's just taking a beating, right? Like, starting with Kobe and Bill Russell and, Jerry West. I mean, guys are
Bill
dropping like
Walton, yeah.
flies. Bill Walton. I mean, guys are dropping like flies. But
I hate to
um,
see this. It's tough.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just generational. But it just seems, everybody loved him, universally respected. So what more can you want in life, right? Then when you go out, everybody basically says, "Hey, he was a great guy, and he did great things for not only individual teams, but I think the league moved him around a little bit. I think the league had a lot to do with where he went, because I think the league knew that Memphis needed help, and at the time the Lakers needed help, and I think they had some uh, say in where he went and when he went where, just to get other teams going in the right direction. So, but again, it's tough to lose the legends, and he was definitely one of them.
Yeah. So I think sad day for the NBA. We talked recently about Walton passing. Right off the bat, we segue into Jerry West. Um, it's sad. It's tough, and again, I love that Mike. Mike, what you said, Mike. It's that era now is kind of fading away, and then it's going to be the era that we grew up with, and then we're going to start seeing
Oh,
that happening, and
rebirth.
it's going to be much tougher. Yeah, it's going to be much tougher. I mean,
Yeah.
there's still some people like again, I love Walt Frazier. Walt Frazier might
Oh
Walt
man.
Frazier, Rick Barry. They're like those are my guys, and they're they're getting long, long in years.
Yeah, and Chet Walker recently died too.
That's another one. Great
Yeah.
player. One of the best bull players of all time before Jordan, right? I mean, he was
Yeah.
probably the best
Yeah. Best Chicago Bull,
bull
right?
before then. Yeah, before. Just like Bingo Smith was the best Cavalier before LeBron, may still be the best Cavalier of
Yeah.
all time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
and Sleepy Floyd, the best Golden State Warrior before Steph Curry came
no,
along.
no,
So,
no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. Rick Barry, Rick Barry. But anyway, and actually Mullen, I would probably put Mullen and Barry over Mullen, but not Sleepy Floyd. I love Sleepy Floyd though. Sleepy Floyd was a good player. Okay, so we want to talk about a couple things. We want to talk about the best nicknames in sports. Um, I don't. We're going to talk about that, and we also want to talk about another interesting thing, and I can't wait to talk about this one. What would happen if we competed against each other in sports? Now, I just want to, and I do have the caveat of that before we start. But let's talk about nicknames. What are your favorite nicknames in sports? Like Mike, why don't you go first?
Well, I think it's fair to start with the topic we just talked about, Jerry West, who had one of the best nicknames ever, right? Mr. Clutch. That's an awesome nickname, right? And I think you have to you have to give great nicknames. When you name a great nickname, it's got to be a nickname that somebody else gave you. Like you can't give yourself a nickname. Like I don't like that at all. So we can talk about worst nicknames because I got one on my mind where someone that gave themselves a nickname. But I
Dude,
love
he hate me is one of the greatest nicknames of all time, and he gave
It
himself
totally
that
is. It
nickname.
totally is.
yes, okay.
And he gave himself that nickname.
Okay, I stand corrected. But Mr. Clutch for Jerry West is a great one, and I bring that one up because of his passing just yesterday, and then of course because he is the NBA logo, he was also kind of nicknamed the logo, which is an incredible nickname. So I'll start with that one. I don't know if you want to do kind of a round robin thing, Brian, or if you just
Yeah.
Well, I
want
want
to.
you to give like you give a list of like your top 5 or 6. I mean, or even if you want to go up to 10, just
Oh
I would say
wow!
go ahead, if you have it, just go through your list. I think that's cool.
Oh, there are so many because I was thinking about this, and of course for me, like I kind of default to basketball because it's like my favorite sport. So the only football nickname that really jumped out at me when I was thinking about football was Sweetness, Walter Payton. That's a great nickname. I love that nickname. But basketball nicknames, of course, Air, Michael Jordan. I think that's a great nickname. The Answer, Allen Iverson, another one I really like. Silk, Jamal Wilkes, player I grew up with. I always loved that nickname as well. A more modern player nickname that always cracks me up is I'll give you the nickname and let me know if either of you guys know who the player is. I'll give you the clue that it's an NBA guy, but Time Lord. Do you know who Time Lord is?
No, Time Lord.
Alex, any idea who Time Lord is?
No idea.
Robert Williams III, former Celtic player, was
Does
somehow
he even deserve a
Yeah,
nickname?
come
I
on.
mean,
he was nicknamed Time Lord apparently as a rookie, and I was like, why are they calling this guy Time Lord? And I had to look it up when he was a rookie, and they said that somehow there started this rumor on Twitter that he was showing up late to appointments, I guess during the draft and stuff, and someone nicknamed him Time Lord, which to
Interesting.
me is like a riotous nickname. Like what a crazy nickname. The Truth, Paul Pierce, and one of the reasons I really like this nickname is not only is it a really cool sounding nickname, but Shaq gave him that nickname. So I think that's
Shaq
really
gave him the truth.
Shaq said after I'm trying to think if he was on the Lakers at the time, and Paul Pierce lit them up for 42. And when Shaq was getting interviewed after, he said, "Paul Pierce is the truth." So
Hmm.
I thought that was a really cool nickname. So those are
You
some of
know,
my favorite
he should be called the
basketball.
clown at this point.
What's that?
Paul Pierce is the clown.
Come on, Alex.
No, he's
Come
terrible. He's terrible.
and a couple of other nicknames I kind of like. I always liked Tim Lincecum's nickname, the Freak. I
Yeah,
used
that was a
to
good one.
I used to like watching that guy pitch. Man, he was like wild motion and this tiny little guy that was throwing hard. He had long hair. He looked like a guy from the Bad News Bears or something. And then one of my other favorite baseball nicknames from when I was growing up is the Penguin. I used to love
Oh,
Penguin.
Ron Say, yes.
Yeah, and then the last couple I'll give you is Oil Can Boyd. That nickname always
Yeah, oil
cracked me.
can. I had that on mine. One of mine. Yeah, I had. Yeah,
And of course, Kung Fu Panda is a great nickname too.
Kung Fu Panda. Oh, another one on my list. Yeah,
So
I, that was,
Uh,
and I like. He was he was an amazing player. During the season, he was terrible. Every year in the playoffs,
fantastic
guy
in
was
the playoffs.
amazing. I know, amazing.
yeah.
If he ever concentrated during the season, I could imagine how good he would have been.
Yeah, it was incredible how he'd parlay an average regular season and then an incredible postseason, like a massive contract. I'm like, this guy's just good. You know he's going to come through the playoffs, batting 230, 240. It's like, oh, here he comes. Like Kung Fu Panda. Amazing. So those are some of my favorites.
So
Yeah.
I went.
Go ahead, Alex.
I like the simpler names, right? Like the ones that are just like Iron Mike Tyson. I'm surprised you didn't come up with any boxers, Mike, but
Oh yeah.
Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, right? Um, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, like
Yeah,
the
those
simple
are good
like
ones, yeah.
boxer names. I always love those. Dr. J, obviously Magic
Yep.
Johnson. Those are two great ones that I loved. Anything Shaq did, I loved. Shaq this, the big, Shaq food, whatever Shaq did, he was always funny, and I loved all his names.
How many? Come on, you have to rattle off a few of his nicknames. He had many.
Oh,
Well, I
Shaq
just
Fu.
did the
Yeah, I love
Shaq,
Shaq Fu.
Shaq food, Shaq this, the big Shaq this. I love that one when he was with
The Suns.
Phoenix. Yeah. The big Shamrock, right?
Yeah.
He was,
All right. Good memory.
yeah.
The
So
big Aristotle.
the big Aristotle was a
I
great
love
one.
that
Big
one.
Aristotle. I love that one too.
That's a
Yeah.
cool nickname.
He had some great ones. How about the Hawk?
Connie Hawkins.
Oh,
No.
Andre Dawson.
Andre
Andre Dawson.
Dawson.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I love that one. A simple one, Stan the Man Musial,
Yep.
I think was
Yeah,
a
the
great
man.
one.
The man. It's a man.
Right,
Yeah.
very simple.
You
I
got to
love
be good to be nicknamed the man.
Well,
Yeah.
the whole thing is with the nickname is you got to know by the nickname who the guy is without knowing their name, right? That's the whole thing. You can't,
right.
like when you talked about, when you said Robert Williams III, there's no way we're going to know that.
Time Lord. Come on, man. What a nickname that.
Yeah. Time Lord.
Like a
How about
Marvel superhero.
Mr. October
Well, yeah, that's I had that on my list too. Mr.
Yeah.
October, like you know
and
who that
Mr.
is, right? You
November?
don't have to even say
Yeah.
it. Mr. November,
Right.
Yes.
Winfield. Yeah.
Right. Mr. November
Oh,
was
Mr. November
Jeter.
is Jeter. Yeah,
Jeter,
no, yeah.
yeah.
Mr. May
Yeah.
is Mr. May.
Mr. May. That's an insulting nickname, though, isn't it?
Yeah. How about Le Grand Orange?
Yeah, Rusty Staub.
Rusty Staub. Yeah,
Oh,
That's a great one. That's a great one.
Now I have to throw out
Great
some that I hated.
Yes.
Never Nervous Purvis.
I was
Purvis
thinking about
Ellison.
that one today.
I
Yeah.
hated that one.
Well, he was that. That was based on college and not
As a,
Right.
as a
pros.
Agreed.
The pros, he was always nervous. And
Right.
in college basketball, man, that guy was. It was like he was one of those guys who was so good in college, and then when he went to the pros, he was like.
But it's just
shell.
like your nickname can't have nervous in it.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Never nervous.
How about Manu Obi-Wan Ginobili? I never liked that one.
No, I think we never
Like a
called.
Chris
No one
Berman.
called him that.
Yes,
No one called him
yes.
that.
The Chris Berman nickname.
Chris Berman. Starberry, I never liked.
No, I don't like that.
For Stefan. A-Rod, I never liked, but I just don't like the person.
No.
And Matty Ice.
I have that on my list too. Matty Ice. I
don't like that one. You like that
No,
one?
I love
didn't
that.
I didn't like that
See,
one.
my whole thing was, and actually, this is funny because this is when we were all, working with AT&T, and we went down to Atlanta. I'll never forget. I see this gigantic poster on the side of the street, Matty Ice, and I'm like, who's that guy? Because I didn't really know who he was at that point. I wasn't like, they're like, oh yeah, and then from that point on, that stuck. So I like Matty Ice. I do.
I liked El Duque a lot. Like I thought
that's a
that was
great
simple.
one. That's a great
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Great one.
AK-47. Remember
Yeah,
him, Mike?
Karolinko. Yes, I have that on my list. Oh wow,
Yeah.
we have a lot of the same.
Yeah,
list.
those are some of the ones that I like. The short, simple, sweet. I mean, obviously the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
The greatest, right? Muhammad Ali. So just some of the ones that I liked. I like the simple, straightforward ones, but it's great. Like you said, Bryan, you need to be able to say the person's nickname and just know who they are right away.
Well, so let me go through some of mine because there's some on my list that you'll be able to tell. Okay, refrigerator.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
great
that's the
Great
the best. That's the best. Okay. The Nigerian Nightmare.
Oh yeah, Christian Okoye,
Yeah. Okay. Smoking Joe.
Frazier.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Clyde. You better you gotta have Clyde on your list, right?
Yeah.
Clyde. There's only one Clyde. There's never gonna be another Clyde. Microwave.
Oh,
Vinny Johnson.
Yeah.
Too Tall.
Ed Jones.
And Jones. Okay. Prime. Come on. Now you get again.
Oh, come on.
There's only one Prime though, right? That's a great nickname.
Not anymore. It's now a sports drink.
Deion Sanders.
The Dominator.
Oh yeah, the race car driver.
No.
The goalie, Dominic Hasek.
Dominic Hasek.
Oh,
yeah.
Dominic Hasek. That's right. Oh, I'm thinking of the Intimidator.
Okay. The Wizard of Oz.
Ozzie Smith.
Yeah, that's a great
That's
one.
a
Crime
good
Dog. Another one. Crime
Fred,
Dog.
Fred McGriff.
Yeah, that's a great one. Okay, here's another one that I love because White Shoes. This
Billy
was
White Shoes
yeah,
Johnson,
Billy White
yeah.
Shoes. Like all these years
Yeah.
later, we remember this guy, right?
Yep.
Okay, has another one. Hands of Stone.
Macho.
Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
Roberto Duran, right.
Manos,
Right.
Manos de Piedras, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you have Pistol
Yeah.
Pistol Pete Maravich.
and the Iceman.
Oh
George
yeah,
Gervin.
I
Yeah,
have
okay.
that.
So now there's two that are going to be tough. The Piscataway crowd pleaser.
Come on.
Brian Galloway.
Edgar Jones. No, Edgar Jones. He used to have that in the back of it. He used to have the jacket. It would say Piscataway crowd pleaser. Edgar Jones was in the NBA for a long time, but he was on the Nets when they played in Piscataway, and he had a red jacket and it said Piscataway crowd pleaser. I'm not joking. It was like, what the hell nickname is that? We're like, whatever, but he would wear that, and he would just dunk. He wasn't a good player, but he was a very good dunker, and he was
That
tall.
sounds like the nickname for a hooker.
Yeah, I know, the Piscataway crowd pleaser. And then my favorite is the ABA, scorer Travis Machine Gun Grant, but he's definitely he's not a very popular one, but like it was the right nickname for this guy because all he would do is just get in the game. He would never pass. He would just fire away all day, and he had a couple good years. But Machine Gun. So everybody knew Machine Gun. And when you look at you read about the ABA, they talk about him a lot. But yeah, that was go ahead.
It's funny though because there's certain guys you think their name, like you forget that they're even nicknames, right? Like Satchel Paige is a nickname.
That's not his name. Yeah.
Yogi Berra.
It's Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence Berra.
Yeah. Dizzy Dean. I mean, there's like so many people that you don't even think. Tiger Woods, right? Like,
how about the Juice?
Yeah.
How about the Hitman? How about the Hitman?
That was Don Mattingly.
Yeah. No. It was
yes.
It was also Mike Easler. It was Mike Easler before Mattingly, but it was also
Thomas
Hearns. Yeah.
It
was Mike Easler before Mattingly, though. Just so you know.
The
Yankee Clipper. Come on, the Yankee Clipper, the Iron Horse.
Yep, Lou Gehrig.
The Say Hey Kid.
Say Hey Kid is a great one. Mr. Cub is
one of the obviously George Herman Ruth. What's his nickname? I forget.
Oh, he's a candy bar, right?
Yeah. And then the greatest nickname ever, Broadway Joe Namath. Broadway.
Well, Easy E is better than that.
Easy E from NWA.
No. Eli Manning.
No one calls him that.
Yes, they did.
No one calls him that.
Look it up.
Nobody calls him that.
Look it up.
Somebody called Eli Manning Easy E?
Yeah, that's what they used to call him because he was so easygoing.
Well, his brother's nickname was the Forehead.
Five head.
Yeah.
I've got one that I cannot stand, and it kind of goes back to when I was saying, like, oh, you can't give yourself a nickname. When the Black Mamba.
Oh yeah.
How
about the Red Mamba? The Red Mamba's better.
Yeah.
Scalabrini. Scalabrini.
Yeah, Scalabrini, the Red Mamba.
What about Charlie Hustle?
Charlie Hustle's a great one.
Yeah.
He better be in the Hall of Fame. I don't understand this. They got to put him in the Hall of Fame with all this. If they're letting Ohtani go, because Ohtani was involved with that. Don't tell me that he wasn't. And Charlie Hustle's not.
He definitely was involved, and Pete Rose should not be in the Hall of Fame. You can't bet on your own team and against your team. I think it's.
How about this one? Okay, so
it's a deterrent. If he gets in, all these guys. I mean, betting will just explode. Guys won't care.
Okay, so here's my other favorite. One of my favorites of all time. Again, he was a Yankee. He was actually a decent player if you go look at his stats. Walter Williams. What was his nickname?
Walter Williams. Bernie.
No. Come on.
Yankee?
Walter Williams? I don't know.
No Neck Williams. Remember that guy?
No.
I'm not kidding you. That's one of the best nicknames of all time. Go, you got to check. No Neck Williams. Look it up. I'm telling you. Look him up. No Neck Williams. That was it. The Stratomac card said No Neck Williams.
What?
Yeah.
Walt Williams.
How about Quentin Rampage Jackson? I always liked that one.
Oh, that's the UFC guy?
Yeah, UFC. And John Bones Jones. That one I love. It's so simple. That guy's a whack job, but he could have been the greatest ever, and he just blew it. But
Bryan, what was your nickname
My nickname?
when you were pitching? Did you have a nickname?
No, they used to call me Gidry, but that was just
You're not even a lefty.
I know, but I used to throw hard. I used to throw hard. That's it, and that's it. But that didn't last.
Louisiana Lightning. That's a
And
great.
then I tore my lightning. I used to have a little lightning bolt.
yeah, I never like people with multiple nicknames. I never like that. Like
Well, Louisiana
Prime-
Lightning's a great one. That's another
right?
that's a great
Agreed.
nickname.
And Gator,
And
but
catfish, Jim Hunter, catfish.
he looked like it though. He looked like that's all he did was
catfishing
fish.
women.
Yeah, it's true. How about Craig Ironhead Hayward?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean that nickname belonged. That dude was
He was.
great North and South runner.
Yeah, he went to Passaic High School, which was I don't know if it's fair to call them a rival of Clifton because they were dominant, especially when Ironhead played there, and he played defense as well, and he lit up our quarterback.
Jeez, I can't imagine. His kid played in the
Cam still plays, right? Isn't that his son, Cam Hayward? He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a good player at Steelers.
Well, I think these are some pretty good nicknames. I think I don't even again. There's so many.
I'm surprised Mike didn't bring up a couple. The Chief,
Robert Parrish,
and the Hick from French Lick.
the Hick from French Lick.
Those go without saying.
Those go with us. No, but again, there are some great ones. There are some just bad ones. There's some great ones, but that's I mean, I like the fact that if you could say a nickname and you already know who the person is, that means it's a good nickname, right?
Or they only go by it. Right?
Like this, the Slim Reaper.
Yeah,
that's Kevin Durant. Yeah, but I don't. Again, that's
he didn't like that.
No, he doesn't like that.
He doesn't like that.
It's a great nickname though. But
I don't like the Alien for Wembanyama. I don't get it.
The Alien?
Yeah, they call him the Alien.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. And like his logo is like an alien, like Nike's came up with a logo for him.
They should give him some kind of nickname.
Well, how about Uncle Drew? That's a stupid nickname too.
Yeah.
No, these are good. Okay, so let's go back. I'm interested in this last part of this episode tonight. So it's about you're going to talk about different sports and which one of us would win or how we do against each other. Now, here's the only caveat is, what is it? Is it now or is it when we were all in our prime age? Well, let's say, I don't know, 25, 28. What do you think? What's the caveat to this?
I think
rule
it's got to be now, Bryan, because if it was in our prime, I'd win all of them.
No.
I think it's got to be now because it would be completely ridiculous trying all this stuff now. Some of this stuff now.
Okay, so go ahead. I mean, I have to say, go ahead. Let's see. Let's talk about this. Go ahead. What are the categories?
I'll give you some random ones, and if you guys have any, so we can kind of talk through each of them. So the first one I thought of was inspired by an article I recently read where Joey Chestnut is not going to participate in the Nathan's.
I think I think that's a marketing stunt.
Well, and the thing is now Kobayashi's coming back, so now they're in Netflix. Just so you know, I like Kobayashi. I'm a big Kobayashi fan, so I want Kobayashi to beat Joey Chestnut.
No way.
I like Joey Chestnut.
He can't even eat half of what Joey Chestnut eats.
Yeah,
He's not
going
to.
Let's see what happens.
He's retired for health reasons. Now he's coming out of retirement, so I give Chestnut the advantage. But I can't believe it's on Netflix. That's crazy. So, hot dog eating contest. Right now, the three of us sitting down eating hot dogs. How do you guys think you would do?
I can't eat them like I used to.
I'm giving it to Galloway.
How many? I think I could eat 4 hot dogs before I'm like done.
Oh, I could eat 6.
Oh yeah, you win, Bryan. I'm not.
Yeah, but I can't. But it'll be really hard. I can't eat like I used to, like that stuff, because I've been trying to change my habits.
Didn't you win the?
No, I didn't win. It was Mike Palazzo. Mike Palazzo. Mike Palazzo.
No, the
White Castle eating.
White Castle.
Yeah.
No, Mike Palazzo beat me.
He killed everybody.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance.
Because he doesn't eat.
Yeah,
he ate like once a day. That guy.
One meal at 8 p.m. So he's starving.
Yeah.
Oh, did he win? Didn't he win the pie eating contest too?
Yeah, he ate that thing.
Yeah,
Like
he did.
it was incredible watching him. Even
I
my
tried. I tried a pie. We tried a pie eating contest at the New Jersey Fair. I was terrible. I got it all over my face. It was just. I did not do very well. But anyway,
I'm
well, with
giving
the
Brian the hot
I
dog.
probably would win the hot dog eating contest.
okay.
Yes.
Well, with the hot dog thing, Brian knows who this person is. But years ago, I had a friend that I worked with, Jonathan Inslee. You remember him, Brian?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This guy I used to work with, and Brian and I used to work with him as well, had Yankee season tickets. So one Friday night, he's like, "Hey, let's go to a Yankee game." And I think they were playing the Cubs. It was the first time the Cubs were playing the Yankees in interleague play. So he's like, "Yeah, let's go." He said, "I'm going to get us sandwiches so we don't have to buy food at the stadium." I was like, "This is awesome." Met him in his place in Hoboken. We hop on the PATH train. We go to the Yankee game. And he forgot the sandwiches. So we're both starving because we hadn't eaten since lunch. We're like, we'll just eat hot dogs. And we each ate 3 hot dogs because we were so hungry. And I was so sick like the rest of the evening. And that was in my prime, Brian, as you'd say. So
Well,
flashing forward 25 years, I think 4 hot dogs is my max, and I'd get sick. I would. What do they call it when the guys in the hot dog contest throw up? There's like a name for it, right? They have like some wacky name.
yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I
okay.
don't
So
know.
let me tell you something. Now, I will give you something. I at college there in my fraternity used to have like an eating contest every year, right? But you had to like eat a whole pizza, a Slurpee, um, a cheesesteak. There was like 8 things in a row that you had to eat and then get to the end. I never participated in that, um, but the champ pretty much every year was my roommate Glenn Stockfish, who I know you guys have met at times,
Yeah.
um, and but he also won a Perkins pancake eating contest, and no joke, we all entered it, right? So I did like 22 maybe, and I was ready to die, right? 22.
That's a lot of pancakes.
No, it isn't. He
Pancakes.
had 76.
What?
Yeah,
Are
and
these silver dollars?
and he's skinny as a bone, and he still is. And the guy he was up against, he only beat him by like 2 pancakes. The guy was neck and neck for him with him for the longest time. Then the guy got sick, and he threw up, and then they would like penalize you like 1 or 2 pancakes. It depends on how much you threw up, and the guy couldn't catch him, and then Glenn stopped at 76. I'm not joking.
That's crazy.
76 pancakes in like how long? Like an hour?
It was a whole afternoon. No, it
A
wasn't
whole
an hour. It was a
Yeah,
afternoon?
long.
your stomach can't. I
No,
mean,
it was over a long period. It was like it was not a timed. It was a volume event. You would just sit there until you get them all. I couldn't believe that he did that. And then, but that's how he used to he used to be able to do that. He would win the eating contest, which is like eating a pizza, then a cheesesteak, and then having a Slurpee. And you have to try to do it fast to get the brain freeze. It was crazy. He would just dominate. And they had no chance with none of it. He would be like so far ahead of everybody. He could like take his time at the end. I just could not believe some people can do it. So that's why like Joey Chestnut, Kobayashi, all those guys who do those kind of things, there's a way you do it. And I cannot do that. I tried the pancakes. I tried. I was like, oh, I could do this, and I was ready to die. I like when I was like number 20, I'm putting it in. I'm like, this is crazy. Everybody's passing me. They're like, oh, we're on 30 now, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't have another one in my mouth. And you really didn't put that much syrup on it because you didn't want to like really weigh yourself down, but you had to put something on it. Yeah, it was just bad. It was just bad. I could
uh,
never do that. But
I,
he did.
I,
I did. I was there. I saw it. I could not believe it. And it was a breeze for him. It wasn't like he was struggling. Unbelievable.
I'm
That's like
giving hot dogs to Brian, Mike.
Okay, hot
okay.
dogs. Okay, so let's move on. What's the next one?
A 100-yard race.
Oh, well, I'm not going to win that. I wouldn't win that in my prime.
I don't know, Mike. I think you got that one. I think you're faster than me.
I think I might get that because it's a short race. All
Yeah,
right.
I think you're faster than me for sure.
How about home run derby?
Oh, I
I
have
I
to
did
go
pretty
to
well
Brian.
I did pretty well 2 weeks ago. I was surprised. I hit the fence. Um, I was again. I'm not gonna tell you I wasn't ready to die the next day. We played 2 Sundays ago, and I was shocked on how I could still hit the ball. But obviously not. Can't run, and my arm died by throwing the ball. But I could still hit.
Yeah,
I would. I don't know. we'll see. We'll have to see. I mean, we'd have to.
I
see.
was never a home run hitter, so
Yeah, I was a line drive hitter. I think I'd
Yeah.
be a line. I don't think I'd get the ball up into the air enough.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give that with the Bryan. How about punt, pass, and kick? The punt, pass, and kick competition that they have, like the NFL does that kind of thing.
So
Did you ever see that picture of Andy Reid in that?
Yes, I was
Is that
thinking
ridiculous?
He's like
a man.
and he's like 12 or something.
Yeah, 12. And he's like, he towers above the guy that's running the thing.
I love
well, you
that
guys
picture.
both play soccer, so I mean, I can kick a field goal, and I've actually done it. But we just did it I just did it with like McGrath and all those guys a couple of years ago. We were doing it. I mean, I don't know about how far I can punt the ball, and I still can't throw. I mean, I used to be able to throw. Yeah, if we talk prime, I would say throw, I'd win. But I don't know anymore. I'm telling you, my arm is shot. Even post surgery, I don't know if I could. I don't know how far I could throw anymore.
I would say of all three of those things, I would be pretty good at.
Okay.
I would be pretty good at all three of those
Definitely
things.
the
I've definitely
kicking.
kicked field goals before. I can punt. And I have a bad shoulder, but I think I could throw pretty well. But Mike, I mean, what's your throwing What do you think? I could probably throw it, God, right now with my shoulder, maybe 30 yards, 30, 35 yards, maybe 40. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe 40. And it's funny, as I was thinking about this, I thought about going to a nearby turf field just to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be able to do that. I mean, that might be the throwing might be. I mean, the punt I'll give it to whoever does that. Field goals I can do, but I'm not going to probably do the length that you guys can do anymore. Throwing,
That's a good one. That'd be a tough one to decide.
Yeah.
No, but you guys, the punting is I'd have no chance. So you guys would definitely do that. Field goal, it would be luck. But if it was accuracy, but yeah, I only could do like if I could do a 25, I'd be shocked. That's when I was younger, I actually tried out for the college team. So I used to be able to kick field goals good, but they hit because the kicker got hurt, so they had like an open tryout. And I was actually decent.
This was at Miami, Bryan?
No, this was at Muhlenberg.
You beat out Carlos Huerta.
Did you lose out to like a donkey that came on?
No,
the
I
field
lost out to one of my good friends. I lost out to one of my good friends, and he was actually really good. He was surprisingly. I think he never even played football in high school or anything. He just went up there and started kicking field goals, and he actually he played like 3 games for the team. Yeah. So, but it was him and I practiced all the time. So that does But no, but punting, no way.
What about skee ball?
Oh,
I'm good at skee ball. I'm great at skee ball.
I was going to say Galloway's probably good.
My daughters are better than me, but I'm good at skee ball. Yeah, we play that a lot. We still play that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one we could go head to head.
Well, how about cornhole?
Oh,
I would say I'm average to below average.
well, Bryan and I were partners, and we got to the final.
We're both pretty good. Yeah, so I would say we'd have a tough match.
Yeah. But you're in a league, Bryan.
It doesn't matter. We got slaughtered in that league.
Giannis's brother is in a league also.
Okay. How about free throw shooting?
Pips. I would say.
Yeah,
Pips.
I was not a great free throw percentage guy.
No, but we used to go do it at lunchtime. You used to beat me.
Yeah, but
we used to have good games of horse. But you like free throws. We would try to get as many, and you would get like 8 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I get into a rhythm because now, like, if I play 21 with my kids outside, and then you score, you get up to 3 free throws.
Yeah.
And my kids are like, "Oh my god, you're gonna make them all," and I always do. Like, I can't miss. I'm like, man, if I was this good of a free throw shooter in college, I would have had a much different career. I think.
Yeah. I give that to Pips for sure. What about Pop a Shot?
Oh, the little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay at that. I'm not great at that.
I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Quinn lit me up in
Really?
City last summer. Oh my god, he like ran me off the floor.
I'd rather play skee ball. Yeah, I'd rather definitely play skee ball. If it's for money, yeah, skee ball. That's yeah. How about pinball?
I like pinball, but I'm not great at it.
I'm not as good at pinball as I wish I was.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
same. I'm the same. It would probably be. We probably have to just figure it out. One of us would win. I don't know.
How about Miss Pac-Man?
I am awesome at Miss Pac.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm pretty good too.
No,
Oh,
I'm better
dude,
at asteroids. I'm better at asteroids.
We should go to Yestercades and play that and Cubert. I'm really good at Cubert too.
Really?
Oh man,
I love Cubert, but I'm not very good at it. Like the
NBA Jam. That's what I like.
3D threw me off.
When I go to Yestercades, that's what I play. I sit and I play NBA Jam all the time.
Cubert. I'm all about Cubert.
Yeah, Cubert's great. You go to Cubert?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I had it for Intellivision as a kid, so spent a lot of time playing that. And they have like the little tabletop one in Yestercades, and when my kids were younger, we'd go there sometimes, and I played Cubert, and I'd always get the high score on it. Like every time my kids were like, "You playing Cubert again?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm like really good at it. That and Tapper. Remember Tapper?
Yeah.
Whether you're serving beer, that was a great game to play as a little kid. Like
How about ice hockey?
Like actual ice hockey?
Yeah. Like,
What?
well, no, I'm just saying. I'm just
We played ice
like
hockey?
Like one-on-one ice hockey?
no, we have to go out and play. Like 3 years ago, I went with my brother. My brother-in-law was getting a bunch of guys together to go play, and I said, "Yeah, I got my goalie equipment." I went out there. I thought I was going to have a heart attack and die. I was like, "I can't do that anymore. That's tough, man. I can't do that anymore." I used to love it. I have to tell you that night I was driving home, and I'm like, I don't think I should have done this. This was not good. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that anymore. If we played that right now, I probably would be in bad shape.
Now, both of you say you have bad shoulders. Like when you go to the carnival and you could see how fast you throw a pitch?
Yeah.
Which of us would win that?
I think Galloway wins that.
Well, but I had my shoulder redone, but I don't know. I don't know if in the prime, I would have smoked you guys, but not now. I don't know. I would have to really stretch it.
Yeah.
I can't just
What
go and throw.
What do you think you could throw it, Brian?
Yeah.
Right now?
60? 70?
Maybe no, not 70.
60?
Maybe, yeah.
50, 60?
But I have to stretch, Alex. Like again, I didn't stretch.
No stretching. Just
I
out
didn't
there,
stretch the other day.
You're at the carnival.
I threw the
Girls are looking at you, and you throw the ball.
No stretching. He's leaving in a pine box, Alex.
No, I have to tell you, I was throwing from third base to first base, and I could make it, but I was just like, it was sore, my arm. And then I was in the outfield one time, and I threw it towards home. Actually, my accuracy was good, but it had like 2 bounces to get the home plate. So I don't know. I don't know how hard I can throw anymore. Again, if I really stretched and I knew I was doing it, and I don't know, maybe I could, but it really just depends.
What about you, Alex? How hard do you think you could throw a pitch?
I think I could maybe hit 50.
Yeah, I think that's my tops. I did it years ago with a couple friends. I think we were down the shore. This is like in my late 20s. And I was like, I can definitely throw a pitch hard, right? And I threw this pitch so hard, and like my shoulder popped, and it hurt for like 2 years. And I think it was like 50 something. Like it was awful. Like for the effort I expended, throw this. I thought it was like a 80-mile-an-hour pitch, and it was 48 or something ridiculous. And my shoulder was in pain for years after that. So being that was about 20 plus years ago, if I hit 50, I'd be ecstatic, but I'd be afraid that I'd get hurt. So
I agree. So I think we're probably mid-40s if we're lucky.
Yeah. So Brian, I think you win that one.
I think you win
just
that
because
one.
you're a natural pitcher.
Yeah, but it's okay. I have to say, but what my whole thing is, I don't have that. Like part of pitching is your follow through with your body, and
right. We're not pitching. We're throwing.
I know.
Ball.
Okay. I got you. Because I used to be able to smoke. I used to be able to throw, but I was wild. But I'm not going to tell you it was accurate. But I used to be able to throw fast.
Okay. Here's an interesting one for you, Brian. Brian has to answer this one, Alex.
Okay.
It's a wrestling match, and it's a handicap wrestling match. It's me and Alex against you.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Andre the Giant would wrestle. Like
no, I don't know about wrestling. Boxing, I would do pretty well. I don't think wrestling I would win. I never was a good wrestler.
Okay.
But boxing, believe me, I know I could hit. So that wouldn't be we'll have to see. But I don't know.
I don't think any of us wants to get hit in the face.
No.
I'll pass.
I'd run around the ring like Michael Spinks or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't hit anybody in a long time. I mean, that's, but But yeah, so I don't know. Again, this is like you're going back. If it was 20 years ago, different story. But
I think Alex would be on top of your shoulders trying to claw out your leg.
Like a spider monkey.
And so Bryan would then have to back into the turnbuckle to like bang you into it like Andre the Giant used to do when people
And
were
you'd be
acting.
coming off the top rope, Pips.
Yeah, exactly.
speaking of that, so the other day when we were at the Yankee game, my brother was some guy was giving my brother a hard time in the
Your
bathroom.
brother?
Yeah, he's a
Why?
monster, right?
Yeah.
And so Jeff grabbed his head and slammed it into the top of the urinal, man, hard. This guy, I think the guy was knocked out. It was crazy. But
Your
anyway,
brother's like a mountain.
yeah, I know.
Like he's just like a big dude. Like he's tall. He's like big.
Yeah, you don't mess with him.
No,
You don't
man.
mess with him, and he's got a bad temper. Like you don't mess.
But he's
Like
the nicest guy. He's the
he's the nicest man in
guy.
the world. But
Yeah.
this drunk guy was just. It was. I was just like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here before something happens. We gotta let's get out of here quick.
Stuff like that seems to follow you, Bri.
I know.
I got one more for you. How and we could each answer this one individually. How long do you think you would last wrestling an alligator?
Jeez. How big's the alligator?
Yeah, how big's the alligator? I don't.
8
Like
feet? How big's an
4-footer,
alligator?
6-footer, 8-footer?
Let's go
12-footer?
6-footer. That way it's comparable
6
to all of
foot.
us in terms of size.
How long?
Yeah.
I mean, I can hold my breath for.
What, is it water? In water or
We're on land.
wait. Is it just like him sitting there on the ground and you have to go wrestle him, or is it like at Gatorland Zoo or something like that, or is it in the water and you're sitting there and you're in his element?
You're with the Gator
land.
Boys. You're with the Gator Boys, and they're like, dude, there's an alligator in that pond. You got to go get it.
You got to grab it by the tail, right?
I don't think I'd last very long.
Yeah, I
By
don't know
the
either.
tail?
I don't know. They're strong, man.
They are. Even though they got those short little arms.
Billy the Exterminator can do it though, and he's a scrawny guy. I don't know.
There's
but
gotta
he's
be
on
technique
stuff.
to it, right? You got to be. There's got to
You
be.
got to know what to do too. There's ways to do it with there's ways. There's certain I don't know. I don't think long. I don't know. I was wondering who would win if we had an archery contest.
Mm.
I think I'd do pretty good at archery.
Yeah, I think I would. That's a good one because I
That's a
think
fun one.
I have not done it enough that I could
Yes.
say I'm good, but I find myself like with those accuracy sports, I can pick them up pretty quickly. So
Yeah, I like it, but I'm not. Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah, those kind of things. Like axe throwing or something like that. Like that. Those kind of things. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we should do axe throwing because I did it once when I traveled for work, and I'd never done it before, and I was surprisingly accurate at it. Like I got a rhythm on it and couldn't miss.
yeah, I think it's one of those things. Like if you get, it's like throwing darts, right? Like
Yeah,
if you
the
get dialed
technique.
in and you figure it out. Yeah,
Now, how about bocce?
you win, bro. You're Italian.
I do like
Exactly.
I'm
An
good at
unfair
bocce.
advantage.
That's
Brian.
like
Yeah.
hurling. I would win
A
in hurling.
chromosome
I'm
for it.
Irish. What'd you say?
Curling.
He's got the chromosome for it.
Yeah.
How about curling? We have to do that. That's another one. So curling. I've only done it once, and it was like a kind of a joke.
I heard it's very hard.
Well, you can go do that in Jersey City. I have friends who have done it. We should do that. That's curling would be interesting because that would all of us, since none of us have any experience, and I don't really think age is a big difference with that sport. That would be an interesting one to go see.
But do we
I've
all
got
have a
experience
team?
Sweeping, so
Do we all have a team though, or are we on the same team, or is it one? Like, how do you do it? Can you do one-on-one? You can't really do one-on-one curling, right?
You probably could, but
Don't you need?
no, you can't. 'Cause
sweepers?
you need the two people to.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. It's just, we
Maybe
like,
we could get two like what do we used to call automatic quarterback? We could get two automatic sweepers, and then we would just throw the stones.
the automatic quarterback. That's a blast from the past.
How about wiffle ball?
I'm good at wiffle ball
I am too.
and stick ball.
I love stickball, but I can't throw a stickball anymore. But wiffle ball, I can still throw pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you throw that crazy Scott McGregor curve from the box? They showed you how to throw a curve. Scott McGregor illustrated it on the box.
I could throw a good drop pitch in wiffle ball. We used to play in Donovan's Reef in a competitive wiffle ball league for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was crazy though. These guys were nuts.
There's got to be a lot of wind there, though.
Yeah. Well, no, it was like it was on the side of the building. No, it was it was a crazy league. I did it a couple years. That was crazy. These guys would come in. They would fire. It was hard. Like the games would be 1-0, 2-1. That wasn't fun.
Nobody was hitting. It was just a pitcher's league.
Yeah. That's interesting. Football's good. How about bowling?
I'm probably like about a 140, 130.
I was going to say the exact same number.
I'm around the same. I'm around the same. So that would be a good one. That would be a good. That would be pretty evenly matched. We could do a bowling.
Brian shows up with his own shoes, one of those arm, wrist things.
I actually have that. I have my own ball. I do have my own
ball with a rose inside.
I have a wrist thing. I have my own ball too.
Yeah, Brian's like, oh yeah, I'm a 140. Shows up with all this stuff. Come on.
Now, how about golf? Alex will kill us, I think.
Alex will destroy us in golf.
Yeah.
Mini golf I might be able to hang with, but not real golf. No way. It'd be a disaster.
Yeah.
I'd get run.
Alex will kill us in golf.
I think. I mean, my best game's in '89, so I don't know.
How about tennis?
That's the front nine for me. '89.
How about tennis?
Tennis, I am pretty good at tennis.
I'm awful.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at tennis.
A distance.
I hit it over. Like we talk about home run. Yeah, I would be the home run derby, but it would be tennis. Like I'd be hitting over the fence.
How about ping pong?
Ooh, I like ping pong.
I'm good in ping pong.
I'm good in ping pong.
Yeah, so am I. Well, that would be good.
I had a ping pong table growing up.
I've got one now.
We did too.
Do you have one now, Pips?
Yeah.
I'm coming over. Let's go. Brian, drive down.
Let's go.
Here we go. Let's do it. We have to pick some of these events and actually do them. Not the alligator wrestling, but like
why not?
Pickleball?
Pickleball, I'm good at.
I want to play pickle. I've only played it like once or twice. Do you play, Alex?
Yeah, I played. Yeah.
All right.
I have paddles and everything. So if
you
guys ever want to play,
pickleball shoes, sneakers?
No, I do not.
I was in Dick's Sporting Goods yesterday, and they actually have a section for pickleball.
Sneakers. Yeah, they're just tennis sneakers.
Yeah,
just tennis sneakers.
But it said pickleball. I was like, holy cow!
Yeah, it's getting big.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's good. It's fun. Actually, there's one in my yard right now. Teddy likes it. He took one of my pickleballs. I used to throw in the yard for him. Yeah, no, that's a good sport. I mean, I don't know. I mean, so I'm trying to figure out. How about swimming?
Alex
would kill us.
Yeah. Alex did triathlons. He'd destroy us. So, like, if we did a bike race, Alex would kill us too. Like 10-mile bike race, we'd get blown out. Brian and I would stop race.
I would have no chance. Yeah, I would have no chance. Yeah, even in my prime. Now, I was a good bike rider, but nowhere near Alex.
Well, I'm not that great.
Riding your BMX around town with baseball cards in the spokes doesn't count as being a good bike rider.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm no superstar on the bike, but yeah, swimming. That's the one thing I actually do every week. So,
how about treading water in a pool?
Yeah, I could do that forever.
Yeah, me too. I can do it for a long time. I still do it when I go. That's the one thing when I go like to the gym pool. I sit there and I try my best to stay like just to keep it going as long as I can, because to this day I'm thinking like, you never know if you ever need this, even though you never will, right? You never will. But when I used to do all my scuba stuff, they would make us learn. You have to really be able to do that, especially with all your equipment on. You got to be able to handle it. Can you do that for a long period of time? And I was always good at that. No, I'm not fast. I've never been a fast swimmer, but I was always good at.
Buoyant Bryan, they call you.
Yeah, there you go.
Brian Boyantano.
Put some figure skates on.
Exactly.
How about billiards? 8-ball.
I'm okay. My wife's way better than me. Donna's really good. Donna's really good. Donna's to the point. Yeah, she's really good. It's amazing how good she is.
Are you good at pool, Pips?
I'd say I can hit like a couple really good shots where you're like, hey, this guy can play, and then another shot where you're like, this guy's clearly never picked up a cue in his life. So I'd say I'm average to below average, very streaky.
Okay.
How
I'm
about
pretty
U.S. versus
confident.
Russia hockey in the bubble hockey?
I'm
Oh,
pretty
I'm
good at
I
really good
that.
at
played
that.
that a
I'm really good
lot.
at that. I'm really
Yeah,
good at that.
I played that a lot. Yeah.
yeah, same.
How about foosball?
I'm okay, not great.
I'm
There are
okay.
people that are so good at that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
Like
okay
you
at
don't even
foosball.
see the ball.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, I'm not like that.
I can do like some of the moves, like you pass one two, then take the shot. I can
Right.
do all that kind of stuff, but I not as good as some of these other people that play. There's some people that are
And you
amazing.
can't
I think
spin
you'd
them,
be
right, Alex? That's like the
No, you
thing.
can't spin. You
right. Yeah.
can't
You
spin.
can't take your hand off it.
Yeah,
Right.
my
Yeah.
my
Your hand
friend's
is.
father was like a big stickler. Like we played it years ago at his house, and the dad would like yell at us, like, "You can't spin them," and he's like,
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to. Like in the
"Yeah,"
competition, you're not supposed to.
and he would
Like
get
again, I
mad.
could take the two guys in the back. I could take good shots with, but the guys in the front, I'm just terrible with. I don't know.
My
But I do
friend's
play that a
dad,
lot. Yeah, I play that a lot. I'm like, um, let's say,
my
how
friend's
about
dad would say,
horseshoes? How
"We're
about
not gonna."
horseshoes? How about horseshoes?
I'm
Oh,
pretty good at
Yeah,
horseshoes.
I
yeah, I'm
like
pretty
horseshoes
good at
too.
horseshoes. Yeah, that's a fun one. We can do that, and that's a good one. I do like that.
Like that's why. Like, look, if you guys could do that, you could play bocce. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really the same
I
thing.
could play, but if we had to say today, right now, who would win, I would say
Oh, I'd kick your butt. Yeah, I know because
the
I
Italian guy.
play. I've been playing. I played the other day, so I've been playing.
But
I
you,
must have
you
played like six, 7 times this year already.
you have a
Um,
court in your yard, don't you?
no, we have one right down the road though. There's one.
See?
There's a Portuguese man across the street from me, and he goes and plays, and he brings me along sometimes.
You
We
go
pay
there, you
like
have
10,
a
we play
couple
$10 a game.
Peronis.
We pay $10 a game against these other guys. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Is it $10 or 10 lira?
Yeah, 10 lira.
You have a
No,
Peroni, you have a couple Peroni, maybe an espresso.
10, 10
How
bucks. Yeah,
about how about fastest lap in a Daytona NASCAR?
no, not me.
I don't like driving fast.
Yeah, I don't like
No.
driving fast. I don't like driving fast either. No, I don't drive.
Mm, okay.
No, I
Yeah.
suck at. I'm terrible. I don't like driving fast at all. I mean, if
Hmm.
it's a rare case. I think I told you in another last one other episode. One time, we were at the salt flats and I was with somebody and they had me. They told me I was driving really really fast, like way over like 120. I was way past that, and I thought I was going to die. But it
Hmm.
was a salt flats and there was nothing there, so I could. You really can do it, and I just couldn't do it. I felt horrible. I thought I was going to go sick to my stomach. I can't do that.
Hmm.
No way.
How about skeet shooting? I've never done it.
I've done it once.
I did
I
it
don't know. I
once.
sucked.
Yeah. I was shocked that I hit a few, but maybe
Yeah, I
four.
did it off the back of a cruise ship one time. I, no, they used to do that. You used to do it off the back. They don't do it
They
anymore. Though.
were actual pigeons, not clay pigeons.
No, they would no play pigeons. I did it. I hit a couple.
Brian was
But
shooting whales off the back
yeah.
of the cruise ship.
They used to let you do. They used to let you do that, and also they had a driving range in the back of the ships back in the old days. You hit golf balls into the ocean, and they didn't realize like some of the the seals and stuff were eating the golf balls and stuff.
Right into a
So now they
blowhole.
don't allow you to do that anymore. Yeah, they don't allow you to do that. But
Seinfeld episode.
they did skeet shooting
Yeah.
off the boats all the time, man. We used to do it. I guess I wasn't that good. I would.
Mm. I've never done it, so I would be a 0 at that.
Yeah. I was impressed for hitting a couple of the pigeons. I was like, wow, I actually hit a couple. I was like, cool.
That's pretty good.
Where'd you do it?
Woodlock in Pennsylvania. That's where I did archery as well, which was kind of cool.
Did they teach you archery? Like, did they have lessons for archery, Mike, or was it just like, oh, here's the stuff?
They had like a guide that would show you, and then you do it yourself.
Right.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I liked it, and they did the same for the skeet shooting. That's why I was able to hit a couple. The guy gave instruction and said, "Here's what you do." There were a couple of people there that couldn't miss, and then you found out one of the guys that couldn't miss was like a cop. And then there was one. Then there was this one guy that missed every single target, and it turned out he was a stormtrooper. So.
That's bad. That's
How about trivia?
I'm pretty
Who
good
would
at
win in
trivia.
trivia?
I like trivia.
You know what? All three of us would be really good. Like I would say we'd be a very good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all three of us. Like we know a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
We all do. We know we have a wide variety of interests. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. That would be a pretty interesting challenge. Do you guys ever go to trivia bars and stuff like that? I'd like doing that.
I haven't. No.
I have years ago. I did.
Actually, they at
And,
Donna's place they have it every once a week. I just found that out. I didn't even know.
my
Are you
son
eligible
goes.
to participate?
Yeah, I am. I just can't win the prize. I don't think. But
Jack
um,
goes. He does it, and he's actually. I think he won. He won in a local place one night, and then or it was a tie with somebody else, and then they like I don't know. They kind of broke the tie with something dumb that he said. He didn't
To
know. It
wrestle
was
an
a Star. It
alligator.
was a Star Wars night. I think he
we
won.
went to a brewery and did one as a team, and we did really well. But we didn't. I'm telling you, we missed two questions that we should have gotten. I don't even remember what they were. And this other team won. And they had good prizes too. And I was
Hmm.
really mad. We got some of the tougher questions and we missed easy ones. But there's stuff like you have to have somebody like any of these trivia things. There's certain things that you need a variety of people on your team. You got to have somebody like
Literature or something
or
like that.
yeah, or like pop music or like if you have country music, I won't get anything right. Like I'm not going to get that right. Sports, most music know fairly well. You know, state capitals, I'll zip through that. No presidents, history, that kind of stuff I do really good at. But there's some things I just don't know. It's hard to know everything. So like when these trivia teams, it's good to structure your team with people who have different interests.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. The three of us together, I think we'd be darn good at
Pop
trivia.
culture kills me. My wife Kate's really good at that.
Yeah, I
But
stink
pop
at that.
culture, like all that stuff, I don't know any of that stuff.
I
You know,
looked
like
through a People magazine recently, and I didn't recognize anybody in the magazine.
yeah, like who's in what movie and
No
who won
clue.
this Grammy. I have no idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
If you're under 40, I don't know who you are. No. I've turned into my dad.
There you go. There you go. Well, again, it's funny because sports stuff, like I think I know it pretty well, but then there's stuff. Some of the stuff I just don't like. If there was golf trivia, would you guys do fairly well with that? I don't know. I'd have it.
No, I don't think I
Probably
would do well.
not. No.
Yeah. I mean I would get the bigger guys, but I wouldn't get, who won the
Well, this is
1984.
here it is. Okay, so we're a sports show right now. I'm going to ask you this question. This was in the trivia the other night, and it was a very interesting one. I did not get it right, and I was kicking myself because I had to think about it. Here it was, and if I had done this, I would have won money. Okay, so what was the last jersey? Okay, I'm not telling you a sport. What was the last jersey that Bo Jackson wore? A professional jersey that Bo Jackson wore. And then everybody's
Hmm.
quiet. Everybody's
He
quiet.
left the.
Dun,
It's
dun,
not the
dun,
Royals because he
dun,
left the
dun, dun. And
Royals.
don't look it up. Don't dun dun
Oh,
dun 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 dun
The
White
dun
White
Sox.
Sox?
dun. No,
I'm going to say the White Sox.
don't
It's
no.
not the White Sox.
That's what I said. The White Sox. No,
Yeah.
no. Dun 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 dun
Hmm.
dun 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 dun. Dun.
Didn't go after the White Sox.
No, no, no,
The
no.
Blue
And
Jays.
I had to go back and look because as soon as I did it, I remembered,
The
but I
Blue
forgot.
Jays.
No, California Angels. Um,
Really?
Really?
Huh.
yes,
I
he
don't
did. He
remember
played
that.
one
Who
year.
got that right?
He played. Some guy got it right.
Really?
Played 1 year. He played 1 year with the Angels. Yeah,
No idea.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I went back and looked, and I remembered right away. Like I remembered the baseball card with him on it. It was like I forgot. He played 1 year there. It's totally. He didn't do very well. He did okay. Actually, he didn't do that bad. Believe it or not. Um, but yeah, I just don't. I didn't even remember that until I went back and thought about it. Because with the White Sox, I do remember him. I remember. I
Yeah.
remember him with obviously with the Royals. That's where he was the. That's
Uh-huh.
where he was the best. And the Raiders, right? I mean,
Yep.
NFL. Did he play any other team before the Raiders? I think there's only the Raiders.
No, because
Um,
he broke his hip playing for the
yeah.
Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was yeah, that was a question, and that that got me. I didn't know that. And the other one was, where where was the largest musical concert for most people ever in the United
Moscow.
States?
Metallic. Oh.
In the United States.
It's got to be Coachella.
That was
Hold on. Hold
no.
on.
Come on.
It's
Largest
Antietam or
crowd.
Woodstock?
Neither.
Neither?
Largest crowd for a concert in
Rite
the
Aid?
United States.
In the world, it's Moscow. It was Metallica. It's like 1.6
yeah.
million
Yeah,
people.
What?
no,
Are
United
you
States, United
serious?
States,
Yeah.
United States.
United States. Largest concert.
And it was in Central Park.
Paul Simon?
Yes, and Simon and Garfunkel
Really?
in Central
How
Park.
many
Yes.
people?
Really?
Yeah, it was whatever. I don't know what the number is, but
I was there briefly.
crazy. Oh yeah.
Well, I went with a friend, and we got there at like 1:00 in the afternoon, and it was hot. We didn't like pack food. We were just like 18 years old or whatever. Hey, we're gonna go to Paul Simon in the park, and we were in a pretty good spot. But we were like, we've got to stay here for like another 9-10 hours, and like can't move because once they got you into an area, that's where you were. So we left after like an hour. We're like, this is boring. Like we can't wait. We're gonna starve to death and die of thirst. So we left and then watched it on HBO because I think it was live. That was a live event, as I remember it too, right?
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, I thought there was one in the Memorial Coliseum that was like humongous too, way back in the day. But
The internet disagrees.
really,
Jean-Michel Jarre Rendezvous, Houston concert, 1.3 million people.
What? Who is
It
that?
held the Guinness World Record. for
well,
some
yeah,
time.
I don't know.
His Rendezvous Houston concert pulled 1.3 million people in downtown Houston.
What is that? What is that concert?
I don't know.
Is that the guy? Is that the pan flute guy?
No.
Zamfir? No, okay.
Jean-Michel Jarre.
That's Mike used to listen to him all the time, right? Zamfir.
Yeah.
I've got a
Pan
tattoo.
flute.
of him.
He sold. Remember the commercial? It said, "Who sold more records than Elvis, Michael Jackson, the Beatles?"
Combined.
It's Zamfir. Zamfir, the fan flute. I'm like, who buys this? Who's buying all these pan flute albums? Anyway, okay, guys. I think we've extended our stay here at today's episode. I hope everybody likes all this bantering, but great stuff. And I think what was our favorite? What was the number one favorite nickname? Did we come up? What was our name? Our number one that we all liked the most?
It's got to be
Crime
one
dog.
of those.
Crime dog. White shoes. Hands
Black
of
Mamba?
stone. Black
Black
Mamba.
Mamba.
No.
The
Red
Man.
Mamba. Red
The
Mamba.
Man is a good one.
Stan the Man Musil. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
that's a good one.
Splendid Splinter. I mean, all.
I think the Piscataway
All
crowd
of
please.
Shaq's. I think we all like Shaq's.
Yes.
Yeah, Shaq's. The big Aristotle. Come on.
Yeah.
Brian likes the truth.
The truth. Yeah. The logo. And again, this is and R.I.P. the logo. Jerry Westman, R.I.P. you and Bill Walton. We're very sad here at 3 The Hardway Sports to talk about those passing of those two great players. Okay, everybody, thank you. Anything else before we have to go drop off today?
No, I mean, a lot of sports winding down, so we're going to cover NBA and NHL. Obviously, we'll do the aftermath
And the UFL,
those
the
years of
UFL championship.
UFL championship.
We'll talk about that.
And maybe we'll talk a little soccer, Mike, with the Euros coming up.
Yeah, I'm
and,
excited about that. I didn't realize it started tomorrow either. Quinn mentioned it to me today. I was like, it's already starting? So I got excited. That's great.
Yeah, so that'll be good. So a lot of sports going on. The Yankees are on a roll, so we have a lot to talk about.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for listening, and we will see you soon.
See
Have
ya.
a great night.
This is Tom Carvel. Thank you for listening to 3 The Hard Way Sports Podcast. Remember to get a Fudgy the Whale or Cookie Puss for the next time you're sitting down to watch the big game.